So, hey, it's that time again. Let's dive in and talk about experience design, shall we? Specifically in the context of education. This time, we're going to finish off talking about Personal Development Day, an event that I organized in Procter & Gamble that was originally for 8 or 900 people. And the first time around, we had 300 participants, and the second time around, we had 700 plus participants. So, we talked about getting to know the participants' needs. We talked about thinking of the different blocks in terms of the training, so which parts you put in there. And I talked about making a collection of online learnings that people could do in their own time. We talked about setting up one-on-one time between the participants and people from the leadership team to use this educational event as an opportunity to bring the organization sort of closer together. And today we'll dive into the last bit and my favorite bit, which is actually building a set of face-to-face trainings. And what we talked about is from the interviews we discovered that people, one of the main reasons they did not participate is inability or to create time or having priorities elsewhere. So the question was, how can we make it easy for the participants to engage with us? How can we make it easy for the participants to take part in the trainings, in the physical face-to-face trainings? Let's dive in. So, based on the surveys, we discovered that there are three areas, the hard skills, the soft skills, and three areas because within the hard skills there were two different things, actually four areas. Within the hard skills there was Excel, VBA, macros, and there was all kinds of RPA, robots, building robots, all kinds of automation. There was also an aspect of visualization, but that was sort of in the automation bit. So people were asking to how do we automate things and how do we show what we've done. So there was that. And then on the soft side, we had personal branding and stress, resilience, and building better working habits. So actually work-life balance was a theme. So to organize a physical training for a large group of people, there are three things in my thinking that you need to take care of. First one is time. And I'm going to test this new approach of using visuals. The second one is space. And the third one is humans. So what I mean exactly? In terms of time, what you need to do here is you need to decide when the trainings can take place. So we chose to have 2 days, and over those 2 days, the trainings will be repeated twice, and they will be run by either the same people or people who work in similar groups together. So once we had the list of the trainings we wanted to deliver, we just created a number of slots. So if you're using Calendly, imagine you just open up a number of slots and you go to potential trainers and tell them, hey, this is when we're going to run the training. Can you do it here and here at this and this time? So now you have the days and you have the time. So say between 10 and 3. We did not want to make it too early so that people could grab their coffees if they need to, open their emails, or if they prefer to do some sort of focused work. And we didn't want to do it too late because towards the end of the day, the concentration is not there, the energy is not there. So all the trainings that were happening sort of in the middle part of the day. So that was on the time bit. We decided on a tight frame, and the trainers, the participants were all working within that time frame. Then the space. Back in the day, the trainings were physical, so we were in the office, and we needed to book rooms. And here we were luckily not alone. So when it comes to booking rooms, we had the facilities team who was assisting and who was helping, and they pre-booked loads of rooms all across the center for us. So even before we knew what we were delivering, we went to them and we said, hey, for 20th of March and 27th of March, please book all of these big rooms and just have a whole day reservation for the personal development day. So sort of we just pre-booked the slots and we knew that for sure we have the space. And then later on, if somebody else needed those rooms, we were negotiating, talking on one-on-one basis. But overall, we knew we had the time booked. We knew that we had the space booked. Then I went to the humans. The humans bit consists of two sides. One is you need the participants, and one is you need the trainers. So first of all, on the trainers. On the trainers, we looked at, okay, so what do we need? What do we need in terms of the content we can deliver? And it turned out we had huge knowledge in the center. We just needed to find the right people. So my question is, how can I reach the right people? And I went to Heather, who was my leader for the education and training pillar. And I said, hey, Heather, here's a list of skills I need to cover. For some of these, I do know the people. For some of the Power BI stuff, for some of the automation stuff, for some of the data visualization stuff, I do know the people and I can reach out to them directly. Otherwise, could you please talk to everybody on your leadership team and help me find the right contacts? So in terms of trainers, I reached out for the resources we had, and through the leadership team, we were able to reach and to cover all of the positions that we needed to cover to be able to deliver the trainings. Now, just because people say yes to delivering a training, you need to fit them when it comes to time. So that was one bit. And the second bit was also in terms of space. So some people wanted to do trainings for 10 people, and this was more of a workshop and people were clicking through, for example, in Excel. And some people could have 50 or 60 because it was more of a lecture, for example, on personal branding. So then from the leadership team, we were able to identify the trainers. Then even if you have people who have great knowledge and skills and have good intentions, does not mean the quality will be great. So there was also important to set some sort of a quality bar and to have a little chat with each of the trainers around what we expect. And also the second time around, it was much easier because we had feedback about the first round and people were saying, practice, practice, practice. Please give us practice. Please make it a workshop. Please make it interactive. So the trainers got quite a bit of input from myself and Mateusz in terms of what the people were expecting from them. Okay, so we had the trainers, the participants. How do we actually reach these busy people? How do we actually engage them? How do we find a way? How do we make sure they show up? How do they benefit? Because this is really not about us. It's about them in the end of the day. So what we did here is we were looking for local solutions. So we went to our amazing HR team. And we just said, hey, what solutions do we have for people to sign up for our trainings overall? And there was an online platform. It required loads of clicks, but once we had the schedule and the places where the trainings would be happening, and the trainers, people from HR were able to create pre-booked appointments in our internal booking system, and each of the attendees could sign up automatically. Once they've signed up, they received invites in their Outlook. So it was, think of it as an amazing workflow, right? So you just choose a training from the catalog. You just choose a training from the catalog, and you have the invite in your inbox. So when it comes in time and space, it was Mateusz and I. There were two of us who were the organizers. For the space specifically, we had the facilities people who were helping us. So in the end, when it comes to the support that we were getting, it was the two of us. There were two ladies in the facilities team. In our particular case, there were two ladies in the HR team, and then the contact with Heather as well as the rest of the leadership team. So those were sort of the organizers of the whole event. And then we were coordinating the participants and the trainers. And then marketing. To be able to reach the event, what we did, for the trainers, we were just pinging people directly, just on Skype Business, saying, hey, you might know me from X, or this person told me that you're doing this and this, which just sounds really cool. Would you mind, or would you be interested in doing something very cool with us for the PDD? There you go. For the participants, what we did was we put up posters in the kitchen next to the coffee machines. We put up posters on all of the bathroom doors on the inside, and I don't mean the bathroom stalls, but in the exit from the bathroom, as well as the places next to where you were washing your hands. So sort of using this unused, let's say, commercial space to draw people's attention to the fact that PDD was happening, as well as the big screens. As well as we reached out to the leadership team over here, and we said, hey, PDD is happening in your monthly connects, because each category had a monthly connect. Can you please share that it's happening? Can you please share that you're giving your support? Can you please share that your people are not only encouraged, but highly encouraged to attend and to participate, and these are the ways it can benefit them. So sort of for the leadership team, what we were doing is giving them almost like a list of advantages, or almost like a script of what they could share, or a slide deck in some cases, that they could directly share with their people to encourage them to participate. So to summarize, there were two of us. It was Mateusz and I, and we organized an event for, first of all, 300 participants and then 700 plus participants. We were thinking of time and space when to do it, and then once we figured that out, we needed to find the humans who would support us. We found a way to reach the participants and the trainers, use the sponsorship and the supported leadership team, as well as the HR team, as well as the facilities team. My key learnings from this whole process was that it did not take much more effort to do this event well than to do it badly. And it was just about thinking through ahead, thinking about the steps, thinking what needs to happen, sort of the causalities, the dependencies. And pretty much this whole event ran in 2 spreadsheets. And that was it. So my biggest learning was make it as simple as possible, and find the kind of content people enjoy, and then share it in a way which is understandable and you can reach them. So it might seem fairly obvious. Actually, now when I talk about it, it sounds so obvious, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun discovering this and putting this all together step by step. So if there are any particular aspects of it that you'd like to know more of, for example, how we ensured the quality of the trainings, or how we talk to the trainers, how we maintain things such as backups, or if one of the trainers couldn't participate, what we did, or if any number of issues that we had. If you're interested in those, please reach out. I'll be happy to share with you. And testing a new format of writing on post-its and sticking them on the wall. Hope you enjoy this, and next week we're going to go back to training design blocks, and specifically the interaction between the participant and the other participants, and looping this into the hero's journey, the friends and allies, and how you can use other participants for the aspect of being friends and allies to your hero. Thank you, and bye-bye.